And ahead of the governorship election in Edo State tomorrow, September the 21st, 2024, we head over to Edo State now, where our correspondent Seun Okinbaloye is standing by to give us some insights into what exactly is going on at the moment. Hello, Seun.
Hi, Anne,
All right.
and welcome to Benin City.
Yes, Seun, we have heard from the president, we've heard from the IGP, we've heard from stakeholders about how they all want a free, fair, secure, and of course peaceful election for tomorrow. But what is the atmosphere looking like right now in Edo State?
Thank you so much, Anne. It's being, if you say a beehive of activity of different sort, if you describe it in terms of how ready INEC is or what INEC is doing, it's been a lot of activities as far as INEC is concerned, because what we have tried to do altogether today is to go through all the INEC offices that we have and we can find, and we see a lot of activities in and out, not in their major offices, but from the local government areas to the RAC centers. You will see a lot of activities and the movement of personnel and materials for the election tomorrow. And that is perhaps one of the standard in the procedures for this election. The movement of those materials and personnel in anticipation of the election, they're supposed to be moved from the LGAs to the RAC centers. The RAC centers are, of course, closer to the wards, and of course, the wards, of course, closer to the polling unit. So in terms of the hierarchy of organization and the administrative control of the process, in terms of dispatching of the equipment and personnel, this is the kind of activities that we have been seeing. Security-wise, we've also seen movement of military officers in and around town, a show of force, security operatives trying to transport themselves to the designated areas for this election. So we've seen quite a lot of activities, and the streets is also buzzing, from the marketplaces to the major streets of the city. It is being a lot of activities. A lot of people will try to catch up on banking activities. It's been Friday and ahead of Saturday. A lot has been happening. And interesting thing is that the curfew or the restriction of movement is now a difference in the entire value chain of the election.
All right, Seun, we would also be asking you about the polls of the electorates at the moment. We know how prepared the other INEC officials and every other person is, but the polls of the electorate, and also from your own experience of elections in the past in Edo State, what do you think can be done differently this time, or is there anything different that's going to happen in this election for Edo State tomorrow?
And there's quite a few things that have changed from what has always happened. First and foremost, in the modus operandi of the Nigerian police force. Usually what we see or what happens is that police will declare curfew from 12 a.m., 12 midnight to about 6 p.m. But that has changed. In this election, the curfew will begin at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, and it will end at 6 p.m. It means that if you want to travel in and around Edo State before 6 a.m., you can do that. Prior to this period, in some other off-cycle elections, what we often see is that restriction of movement or curfew, as the case may be, is always imposed from 12 a.m. as soon as it is the new day beckons. You cannot move until about 6 p.m. But that has changed in this election, and I think it's a plus for those who want to catch up some business activities or who have some events that they need to attend to outside of the state, can do that effectively tomorrow. Again, in the conduct of this election, we have a brand new national commissioner that will be supervising this election. Professor Gumuz is one of the new national commissioners who is in charge of Edo State. And of course, the new resident electoral commissioner in charge of Edo State is another new person in charge of this election. These are some of the new things, and we might see a new way of doing things from them, which means so many things as to how this election will pan out. We have more polling units in Edo State, more voters in Edo State, over 2 million voters in Edo State, different from what we've seen in the past. quite a few things that have changed in this election. One thing also that the voters will be expecting is an integrity of the process. How that pans out is also a very big deal for this election, Anne.
All right, thank you very much, Seun Okinbaloye, and we'll definitely be keeping our eyes on the elections in Edo State. Thanks a lot, and please stay safe.
Thank you, Anne.